Hello and welcome to another video session of Introduction to Unity Games Development. In this session, we will learn how to download different assets including prefabs from Unity Asset Store, how to create, instantiate game object at runtime after every 1 second, after every interval. So let's head back to Unity and get started. Now, in order to download some assets from the Unity Asset Store, you need to go to the Windows, click on Asset Store. This is going to open up a new window over here. You can see the Unity Asset Store link. The link is available over here. So click on Search Online Assets. So once you click on, it is going to open the browser and it is going to lead you to the Asset Store website where you can download thousands of available assets from the Unity. Some of them are paid and few of them are free. As you can see, the Asset Store website is opened. It is loaded completely. So here is the search space where we can look for different assets. So I'm looking for low poly fruits. Low poly fruits. Press enter to search. Now here we have many available options where you can import it in your project. So here you will be looking into different available assets on Asset Store. We are interested in the free Asset Store, so just see towards your right side and just check this box, free assets from the Asset Stores. Now this time only free assets are visible. In order to add these assets to your project, you can simply click on this quick look and click add to my assets. So once you click on this add to my assets, it is going to ask you to accept the license and agreement. You can read the agreement conditions and all and then click accept. Once you click accept, so you will be in a position to add them to your project now. Just simply click on open in Unity. This asset will be added to your project. But I'm not interested in this asset actually. I'm looking for low poly fruit pickups, and if we click here, I've already added to my Asset Store. So what I can do, I can simply click on open in Unity. So this is going to open the Unity, or if the project is already open, so it is going to lead you to this project. You can see this package manager and the available assets are visible over here. So at any time you can select the asset and click on this download button to download this asset to your project. If I go and search for low poly fruit pickups, this is the asset. So I've already downloaded this low poly fruit pickups over here. You will see the download icon in your window. You can click on the download to download this low poly fruit pickups. Once it is downloaded, you can click on import button to import these assets. So you can see these are the different available assets which we can import in our project. Make sure that all these check marks are checked because we are interested to download or to import all these available assets to our project. So click on this import button, and after some time you will see all these assets inside the low poly fruit pickups will be added to your project. You can close this window now. Close this window and you can see over here low poly fruit pickups in the asset folder, and here we can see different prefabs as well. These are the different prefabs now. In order to use these prefabs, what we can do now, we can simply create a script, new script, and what our objective over here is, after every 1 second or half of a second, we want to generate a new fruit. We want to generate a new pickup over here inside our game. So what we can do, we can click on this scripts. Let's create a new script over here. So right click, create C# script, and now I'm going to call it here throw fruit. That's the name of the script. Press enter to register this name. Once the script is created, just double click to open this script in Visual Studio and make some changes. Script is open and available for changes. So first of all, we will be creating few variables and objects. So let me just create the first game object over here. This is going to be the reference to our fruit. So public, and the name of this game object is going to be, you can give any name. So I want to generate strawberry after every 1 second. So I'm going to call it strawberry, and with semicolon. So as we are interested to create strawberry after every 1 second, so we need to declare a variable which will hold the interval. So this variable is going to be float. Make sure the spellings are correct. Public float throw fruit is equal to 1.0. So this is basically an interval. After every 1 second, we want to throw, or we want to generate, or we want to instantiate a new fruit. Press enter. So we need to save the time difference as well. To save the time difference, we will be writing one more variable over here, public float, and this is going to be 0.0. Let me write here equal sign. Well, now we need to write the logic for this program. So what we are going to do right now, after every 1 second, we want to instantiate, we want to create a new strawberry game object. So here the logic will be if time.time, so time.time will give us the current time. If it is greater than next throw, then it should instantiate, it should create a new strawberry game object. So instantiate, as we discussed in our previous video sessions, what is the purpose of instantiate? The main purpose of this instantiate function is to generate a new game object. So which game object we are interested to create? We are interested to create a strawberry game object. What is going to be the position of this strawberry game object? So that the position is going to be the default one. So transform dot position means take the default position, and what will be the rotation? The rotation, we want to have a random rotation over here, so we can call it Unity Engine dot random dot rotation. So the rotation of this game object is going to be random, but we have not initialized the next row the next row variable over here, as we don't want to access it in the inspector window. We can declare it as private, or even if you have declared the public, it will not create any issue for you. So I just declared this private instead of public. So what we can do now, next throw is going to be time.time plus the time difference, the interval, which is throw fruit, which is 1.0. So after every 1 second, okay, if this time is greater than the previous second, so then it should generate a new fruit. Let's save this script, open Unity. Now in order to use this script, first of all we need to create a game object here in our hierarchy window. So to create a game object over here, you can right click in the hierarchy window and create an empty game object, and we are calling this empty game object as model. Press enter. You can reposition this game object anywhere you want, so that is going to be the position for this game object. And now attach this script to the model game object. Drag and drop this throw fruit script to model game object. So once it is attached, now you can see the strawberry game object is basically asking for reference. So you can go to the low poly fruits, and inside the low poly fruits there is a prefab folder. Inside the prefab folder we have these different models. So you can apply any model, you can drag and drop any model onto this strawberry game object. In my case, I'm going to use the strawberry prefab. So yes, I understand guys, the prefab topic might be new to you. At this stage, for your understanding, just assume that prefabs are the templates or the models. So you can use these prefabs, and at a later stage we will discuss in details how to create a prefab and what are these prefabs also. So these are the different models available, are the templates available, and in order to generate these templates, these models are these game objects at runtime. So we need to give reference to this strawberry game object. So this is the strawberry. Drag and drop this strawberry prefab over the strawberry game object of script. So it is linked now. Now at this stage, if I run my game, you will see that at runtime new strawberries will be generated with the random rotation after every 1 second. So if I play this game, and let's observe the behavior of this game now. As you can see, different strawberries are being created over here inside the game, and you can see in the inspector window also. Well, this is an overhead to the memory, to your device. If it keeps generating the new game objects, so you are going to have some performance issues. So once we create a game object, we need to destroy the game object after some time in order to avoid the performance issues. This is what we are going to look in our next session. So I'll see you in the next video. This is what we are going to look in our next sessions. So please play with these different options which we discussed in this video. I'll see you in the next video.